This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union.
Darius, how unique has this off season been since having the NCAA tournament canceled to trying to figure out how to navigate COVID and now trying to figure out get yourselves got as ready as possible for a couple weeks to open the season down in Florida.
I honestly think it's been great. Like it's allowed us to have a lot of time to develop as players, like skill wise, and also like we've all been put into like the dynamic of what's going on in the world. So it's also allowed for people to grow just as people, and all that just gets combined. And now we're kicking off the season, so it's like you have to put your individual development into the team and see how it all comes as one.
Darius, you're an offensive player and like to have the ball in your hands and shoot a lot of shots. Are you glad Caleb's gone?
Definitely not. Caleb definitely got me plenty of open shots for sure, especially when he was driving to his left. So yeah.
How much do you think that your role will change though this season as you look out there and you don't have guys like Caleb and Georgie and Scotty and Mayo obviously on the team that maybe you have to take more of a leadership role.
It definitely gives me more of a leadership role and kind of shows what I've learned over the years and put me in a position to not also continue to learn but also instill in others. So like the freshman class, I'm constantly trying to make an effort to go talk to them and help this transition be as easy for them as possible, just like the guys ahead of me did for me. Like even to this day, Mayo, Caleb, Lavelle, like all those guys who have left still like call me and give me words of wisdom to not only for my own performance but how to lead these guys as well.
Darius, I feel like we're always talking about expectations before the start of every year, and this year it's kind of for different reasons now. A lot of those talented guys are gone. Not to say that there's not talented guys here, there surely are, but I guess the proven commodities have left the building. So that said, what are the expectations internally within this program, and how are you handling the expectations externally?
I think both are kind of the same. Like everyone's main goal is just to win. My main goal is to win, regardless of what we have to do individually to get there. Like we all play a part in the outcome of the game. So just making sure we understand what our roles are and doing it to the best of our ability, so that we have the desired outcome that we want.
And for you to get preseason on conference this year, I mean, I know it's a preseason award. Take that for what you will, but I mean, does that speak to being recognized for the work that you put into this point?
A little bit, but ultimately, like winning a conference championship will give me the most validation of the work I put in into this team. So preseason awards, it's great to be nominated and to win those awards, but postseason always validates what you put into the season.
Darius, do you feel that coming off the two conference championships, having those four guys graduate, do you guys maybe take it a little personal to say hey, we're still here, Liberty's still a good program, and we want to prove that it was more than just those four guys. Not obviously not taking anything away from them, but just show that hey, we have a good program here, and it's not built on any one or two players.
Absolutely. Like every single year, your goal is to win the conference championship and go on to win the national championship. So it not only kind of sets the precedent, but it allows you to understand what that should look like throughout the season, like how focused and how intentional things should be, and what's the standard should look like. So it kind of is definitely a great thing to me.
Darius, you look at the depth of this team, and there's a lot of depth there at guard. Your three wing players. You got a lot of depth there. How's the competition been like, and how much of the freshmen and then your grad transfer and Zach and Chris Parker? How much have you guys been really pushing each other?
Every single day, like it's so competitive during practices, which is great because it's still sharp and still. But Chris is a phenomenal guard. Like we complement each other so well, and it's just so easy to play with him. Drake the same way. Jonathan, sniper. Like I love Jonathan to death. I knew him before he actually got here, so it was great to have him. And then Isaiah Warfield, I think is gonna be. He has the potential to be a great player, like a really, really great player. So you got Josh Price, like who hasn't had the opportunity, but is a great basketball player, very smart, has a high IQ. Like it's just super competitive in very different ways, and it challenges you in all aspects.